Hi there, everybody. This is Samantha from the law offices of Samantha K. Wolfe. We're located at 20 East 6th Street and Suite 206 in Waynesboro, PA, and you can reach us at 717-655-2676. And the next question I have in our What If series is, what if I have a revocable living trust? We have some clients who I meet with who have met with a previous attorney and they have already created a revocable living trust, and they want to know what are their options related to that. So the first question I have for them is always, is the trust funded? Have they transferred any real estate or any liquid monies, investment account to actually be owned by the trust? And if they've actually funded the trust, then that actually avoids probate. If assets are owned in the trust on the date of death, then anything owned in the revocable living trust is not subject to the Pennsylvania probate process. If they have a revocable living trust and nothing is funded during life, and you haven't made any transfers to the trust while they're living, then typically they have a will that pours everything over into the revocable trust. We call that a pour over will. And if they have a pour over will, then that means that it is still subject, the assets inside the estate are still subject to probate. Because again, if a will distributes the assets, then it's subject to Pennsylvania probate. So if the trust doesn't own the assets at death and the will pays everything to the trust using a pour over will, then it is still subject to Pennsylvania probate. So here at our office, there are a couple of options. Either the client decides that avoiding probate is something they want to do, and we either help them fund the trust or additionally continue to fund anything that's not owned in the trust. We can revoke the trust if they want to do that, meaning that the cost of administering the trust or what they originally thought they wanted to do, they no longer want to do. We can revoke the trust. Or a third option is we can take that revocable trust, especially if it's already funded with assets, and we can make it irrevocable if they want to get long-term care protection. As soon as they make it irrevocable, that's what starts the 5-year look-back period. So any client who has a revocable trust, they do have some options as to what they can do with that trust. But the important thing to remember is that you either want it to be funded with assets already while you're living, or you want to designate the trust as a beneficiary of some of your assets. Otherwise, a revocable living trust doesn't avoid probate, and the value that you're getting for that trust isn't as much as it would be if you had already funded the assets. So you want to make sure that you're funding your revocable living trust. If you have any questions, we have consultations at our office. You can call us at 717-655-2676. Thank you.